buccolingual dimension of the contact. It's not a contact point, it is a contact area. So it has a buccolingual dimension and occlusogingival height. I am talking about the contact area. The amount of tooth structure that is in contact with the neighboring tooth, it has got a height and width. Okay, so the width of the proximal box will be equal to the buccolingual width of the contact. So I have to make the proximal portion of the occlusal preparation equal to the width of the contact. So when I break the wall, I will be clearing the contact and keep the margins out of contact. You get my point?
Yes.
I will widen it and then show it to you. Since it is a burr, it has got a tendency to have a lot of vibration, and you might even break this small amount of tooth structure what you are trying to maintain. If it breaks, don't worry. You can always put a matrix band and continue the preparation. If it doesn't break, it's well and good. Okay. If you are using a diamond burr, you will not have this problem, because it is a tungsten carbide burr and it is an artificial teeth. There is a chance that it might break. It's okay, we will try our level best to avoid that. I am maintaining the same 3 millimeter depth now. Okay. Now you can have a look. Not like a dovetail, but and then make a step preparation. So like that, proximally in level with the pulpal floor, you break the proximal wall and make a step. This is the idea in mind, but you will not break the wall now. Before breaking the wall, you will try to prepare the step. So for that, you will use the same 245 burr and go deeper inside, maybe 1 more millimeter down. Now the depth is 3 millimeters. I will take it 1 more millimeter down initially. This step is called ditch cut. In occlusal, you have an initial step called punch cut. So in proximal, the initial step is ditch cut. Ditch cut. D-I-T-C-H. Okay. How do I know that how much deep I should go in? This is measured by keeping the burr on the buccal aspect. Okay. Make sure that there is no water, otherwise your visibility is obscured. You see, there is a height of contact, occlusogingival height of contact. So I will keep the burr just below the contact and see. And I will make a visual marking on the burr. How much should I go deep inside? See, the burr head is 3 millimeters. 1 more millimeter down if I go, I am just clearing the contact. Isn't it? So the same amount I will go deep inside. You get my point?
Doctor, can you describe this?
If you see in this image, yes, there is a height for the contact, the occlusogingival height. So we need to place the gingival seat just below the contact. So I am keeping the burr in such a way that it is just below the contact, and visually I mark it on the burr from the eyes. I see the full burr head length is 3 millimeters. Beyond that, I go 1 more millimeter down. I am able to go below the contact. So the same amount I will try to go deep inside. You get my point? No? Okay, you just try to explain her. No, the one behind you, she's not able to understand. Keep the model and show her. Simply follow 4 millimeter depth for ditch cut. But in the patient's mouth, the position of contact is not the same. Sometimes the tooth size is different. Sometimes the tooth has got malocclusion, a problem with the arrangement. Some tooth will be supraoccluded, infraoccluded, or buccally placed, lingually placed. So for that, we are teaching you how to decide where to go towards the contact, or how you decide the width of the proximal box, how you decide the height of the ditch cut. Otherwise, you can standard follow that for the ditch cut 4 millimeters. Without breaking this thin wall, I am trying to make a ditch cut. see the ditch cut? You are able to appreciate it? I am maintaining the thin wall. Why I am maintaining the thin wall? Why I am not breaking the proximal wall? I am maintaining less than 1 millimeter thickness of the wall. What is the reason?
To protect adjacent.
Yes, to protect the adjacent tooth enamel. I don't want to damage the adjacent tooth. If it becomes rough, what will happen? What is the consequence? Yes, plaque accumulation followed by caries. We don't want that to happen. Now the ditch cut is over. Once this is done, what you can do is you can try to go towards the contact and make it thin on the lingual side and also on the buccal side. So you have a plate of enamel, proximal enamel. On the buccal extent, you try to go towards the contact, and on the lingual extent, try to go towards the contact. So this piece becomes weak. So with a hand instrument, you can nick and break easily. Get my point? So to do that, there is a chance that you will damage the adjacent tooth. Now I will put matrix band for safety. Any one of you can take a picture so that you can give it to. One of you take a picture of the ditch cut. Just circulate the photograph. So far so good. Contact, so try to wedge and insert the matrix band. So for protection, I have used the matrix band. Now I am on the buccal extent and on the lingual extent. I will try to make the plate thin. 4 millimeter depth. While making this, there is chance that the enamel will get chipped off. It's okay. If it breaks, it's okay. No problem. Now you see. Can you see? I am trying to make it thin on the buccal end and the lingual end. In the center it is thick. Still more I can make it thin. I will make it thin and show you. Okay. If it breaks you cannot see. Either with the enamel hatchet or spoon excavator. Spoon excavator. Yes. Now at this stage, if you remove and see, see the finish of the walls after removing the band. Yes, there is the old tooth. We didn't check whether the neighboring tooth is good or not. Can you see? This is after breaking. Now you have to remove that thin. Let me see. You have to remove this thin tooth structure here. Okay, so that the walls become straight and sharp.
By hand.
No. Either you can use low speed handpiece with matrix band, or you can use hand instrument. Hand instruments you can do it if it is very fine correction. Otherwise, it's better you use low speed handpiece. But I'm going to use high speed. You don't follow that.
بنات عطوه ما في وقت.
ايوه راح الوقت والله.
Yes, ما في وقت. Chari? Sister? Sister? 169L. High speed. Where's the model? Yes. I'm going to put the matrix band again. You see the damage in the matrix band.
And also in the neighboring tooth.
No. That is this black point. We didn't check whether the tooth is good or not before. Do we know that this is a new tooth or the used one? We don't know. Because I'm seeing here properly. It's not the damage created by us now. I'm taking a tapering burr 169L burr to try to remove the thin amount of tooth structure on the margins. Now if you see, still there is slight contact on the buccal and lingual side, but on the gingival it's okay, there is no contact. But on the buccal and lingual still there is contact. Can you appreciate that? On the buccal and on the lingual there is contact, but gingival is okay. So now we use the hand instrument to remove that. Remove the thin amount of tooth structure to break the contact. Still you need to slightly prepare. Now you can see the contact is broken everywhere, but still the walls are rough. Okay, now we have to finish the walls.
ايوه
If you see in this picture, the axial wall is curved.
again
Yeah, wait. The axial wall is curved. Can you see? It is not straight. Because the proximal surface is curved, I am trying to keep the axial wall also curved. Right? And then the last step is you have to finish the gingival cavo surface margin with gingival margin trimmer. Okay, take the mesial gingival margin trimmer and try to bevel the gingival margin. You can move it from right to left. This sharp tip will be going in between the gingival margin and the adjacent tooth, and you will be beveling the gingival margin. Can you imagine what I am saying? Say for example, this is the gingival seat. You have an axial wall. Okay? So I keep the instrument in such a way that it's like this. The tip of the instrument will be in between the two teeth. So this will be beveling the gingival cavo surface margin. Can you imagine? Like that. And also I have to bevel the same way the axiopulpal line angle. Do you know what is axiopulpal line angle? No?
Yes.
The junction between the axial wall and the pulpal floor. This is axiopulpal line angle. So the gingival seat and the axiopulpal line angle has to be beveled. Okay, that's it. You can take a picture. If this is the pulpal floor and this is the axial wall, okay, and this is axiopulpal line angle.